In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best auctionable cards right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. What I do mean by auctionable card is every single card in this top 10 will be purchasable directly from the auction house, where compared to a card like a Dikembe Mutombo or a Terry Dischinger, they're going to be lock-in cards, so I don't really count them, or cards like Steve Smith, you know, those free cards. So no free cards, no lock-ins in the game. I won't be including any of those in this top 10. We'll just be top 10 cards you guys can buy off the auction house right now. So at the number 10 spot is going to be Auctionable AK-47. I still think he's one of the best small forwards in the game. He's 6'9" at the 3 with a 7-foot wingspan. Still an elite 2-way player. He's such a good defender. 97 block, 97 steal, 98 lateral quickness, 98 perimeter, 94 interior defense. He's also got tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges. And then I will say that's kind of expected from AK, but the biggest difference and the biggest shocker is how good of an offensive card he actually is. Having the O-shaper set base on very quick timing is a super good jump shot. He's got the Trey fade, and he also does have the Trae Young dribble sigs, which means he has the Trae Young escape and the Trae Young size up, which are some of the best dribble sigs currently in my team. So at the number 10 spot, I do think is going to be Auctionable AK. At the number 9 spot though is going to be Auctionable Big Z. I think he's just slightly better than AK because he can also play shooting guard and be super dominant there as well. I think at the small forward position, it really just comes down to your lineup and your play style and your preference between Big Z and AK. I like Big Z a tad bit more because of his versatility. The fact that he's 7'3" at the small forward and shooting guard spot, also does have a 7'6" wingspan, and he's just going to be super unfair and OP if you do know how to use him right now. You got to have him in the right lineup, you got to use him properly, but if you do the things correctly, I think he's easily a top 10 auctionable card in the game. At the number 8 spot is going to be Dark Matter Ron Artest. He's a point guard shooting guard, 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. I mean, this dude is so elite at the point guard position. I mean, 98 block, 99 steal, 99 lateral quickness, 99 perimeter, 98 interior defense. I mean, he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the game at the point guard position. And then he's also got great Hall of Fame playmaking badges like Clamp Breaker, Handles for Days, Hyperdrive, Killer Combos, Quick First Step. He's great at going to the rim, has tons of Hall of Fame shooting badges. I mean, the card's basically perfect. He's also got a great jump shot. He's got amazing dribble sigs. Like, there's no flaws with this Ron Artest card. But at the number 7 spot, I think it's really just a debate between Michael Jordan and Ron Artest. If you want to put Ron Artest over MJ, I think that's definitely fair to say. I just like MJ a tad bit more, but they're super close. I think they're basically the same card. I just prefer his jump shot a tad bit more, even though it's very similar. And I also do like the Kyle Lowry size up, or not very similar jump shots, but it's similar level of how good of a release it is, at least for me personally. And then I do like the Kyle Lowry size up slightly over the Donovan Mitchell size up, which is what Ron Artest has. And I also do think MJ is a little bit better at slashing to the basket and gets him better dunk and layup animations, and he gets those crazy calls at the rim because he's Jordan, and he just gets crazy animations in game in general. But I think that's really 1A 1B for the point guard position, you know. So I got Ron Artest at 8 and MJ at 7, but if you wanted to flip that and go MJ at 8 and Ron Artest at 7, I think that's definitely fair to say. So at the number 6 spot though is going to be Dark Matter KG. The reason why I put him over MJ and the reason why I put him over Ron Artest is because of his versatility. The fact that he can play shooting guard, be 6'11", 7'2" wingspan, but then he can also play small forward, and I think he's the best small forward in the game currently. And he can also play shooting guard and be super dominant there as well because of his defense. I mean, 98 block, 95 steal, 95 perimeter, 96 lateral quickness, and a 98 interior defense. He's also got tons and tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges. The card's got a very solid jump shot with the LaMelo Ball base and the KG upper on very quick timing, and he does have some pretty good dribble sigs, so he can move really well for your small forward, has an amazing jump shot, and elite defender with a great player model, great size for that small forward position. So I do think KG is the 6th best auctionable card in the game. At the number 5 spot, I did go for Dark Matter KP. I think it's a really close debate between him and KG. I just like Kristaps a tad bit more because he's a really good center. He's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, and he's probably the 2nd or 3rd best center in the game currently. But then he can also play power forward and be super dominant there because he's 7'3". He's got great size, great wingspan, great player model, and he can be super tall and just have really good size for that power forward position and be a really good stretch four with really good Hall of Fame shooting badges, an amazing jump shot on very quick timing. Yes, he can't really move and he's not that quick or athletic, so that's why I think he's a lot better at center, but I do think all around as a card, I like him a little bit more than KG, and I do think he's the 5th best auctionable card in the game. At the number 4 spot is going to be Taco Fall. I mean, you could maybe even have him a little bit higher than number 4 if you wanted to, but he's 7'6" at the power forward spot with an 8'2" wingspan. Is there really much else to say? I really don't think so. I mean, he's 7'6", power forward, 8'2" wingspan, one of the best player models in the game, and he's just so overpowered and so glitchy at the power forward, or even if he was a center, he would still be just as glitchy. At the number 3 spot though, might seem a little bit low, but it's going to be Dark Matter T-Mac. I think these top 3, even 4 cards, maybe even number 5 of Kristaps, but I would say these top 3 to 4 cards, you could really put in whatever order you want to. Like at this stage of my team, like all these amazing cards, the top 3 cards in the game basically, you know, besides the Kembe, Terry Dischinger, and Steve Smith, and some other names. I mean, these are basically the top 10 cards in the game right now, especially for the auctionable price. But I do think T-Mac can really go number 1. He could really go number 2. I have him at number 3. I think the card's still pretty much a perfect shooting guard. He's 6'8" at the 2 with a 7'2" wingspan. I mean, he's got such a good jump shot. I wish it was maybe a little bit quicker on very quick timing, but it's still a super quick jump shot. He's got the Curry escape. He's got the T-Mac size up. I mean, he's just a perfect 6'8" 2 guard with amazing stats and badges. I do have Galliusable Yao Ming at number 2. Like I did mention, I think you can go with whatever, you can basically go with whatever order you want to. I will say, yes, Yao Ming is so overpowered. He's 7'6", 7'9" wingspan, unstoppable on the offensive end, but I do think he has like one flaw, and the fact that he's a little bit slow compared to the guy at my number 1 spot who has literally no flaws in the game. I think cards like Yao Ming and Taco Fall and even Big Z are amazing cards in the game. They're all in this top 10. I mean, Yao Ming is still probably the best card in the game for a lot of people, and same thing with a card like Taco Fall, but they do have that one flaw in the sense that they're a little bit slow, but yes, they make up for the fact that they're 7'6", you know, Taco Fall power forward. Yao Ming's just an absolute giant at the center position. But my number 1 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Hero Jokic, for the one reason is he's a 6'11" point guard with a 7'3" wingspan, and if you compare that to the other tall point guards in the game, he's kind of like a Taco Fall and Yao Ming at the point guard spot, because most people run point guards that are like 6'7", 6'8", 6'6", and he's gonna have like a 3 to 4 inch advantage. Or same thing with Yao Ming, he's gonna play against the Kristaps, the Kembes, you know, and he's gonna have a 3 to 4 inch advantage as well. I'm not saying he's as tall as a card like Taco or Yao Ming, because he's obviously not, but I'm saying for his position, he's that like super tall giant as well, and he does weigh 284 pounds, which he's got a great player model. I mean, and then like I said, no flaws on this card. I can't think of one flaw, and if you guys can let me know one flaw about this card, I would love to know, because he doesn't have a flaw. He's got amazing dribble sigs, his movement's elite, he's got the quick drops off 1, he's got the front clutches, so he's got the best dunk packages in the game. Holy voice crack. He's got the Eric Pascal base, which in my opinion, I love this card's base. I love the Opal Jokic. Like, this all-star Jokic played my power forward spot for such a long time because of his jump shot. And that was with the Jokic upper, but now he's got the Oscar Robertson upper, which is easily the best upper in the game on very quick timing. So it's going to be a super quick jump shot. He's got the normal leaner, which is nice. He's got amazing dribble sigs, like I mentioned. I guess the one flaw you could say is he doesn't have elite level tendencies like a card like Ron Artest, but if you compare him to, you know, an MJ, I don't think does MJ even have really good tendencies? I could be wrong. Does he? I mean, he's got 98 on-ball steal tendency, but a low contest and a low block shot. So that's like the one small flaw, I guess you could say, with Jokic, is the fact that his tendencies aren't that great. But does a 6'11" point guard with a 7'3" wingspan with amazing defensive stats and badges, does he really need, you know, that great on-ball steal tendency? I think he'll be perfectly fine on the defensive end, and he does get some amazing defensive animations. And all around, I think he's the best auctionable card currently in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 auctionable cards? I know a lot of people probably will go Yao Ming or T-Mac over Jokic, and I think that's perfectly fair to say. I just prefer Jokic because he's such a complete card and overpowered at the point guard position. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.